Welcome racing fans to Motorsports Radio for Sunday, February 18th, Daytona Day. It was the 60th running of the Daytona 500 Daytona International Speedway. The new driver of the 88 car, Alex Bowman, was the pole sitter this afternoon. Dale Jr., the Grand Marshal, and Peyton Manning in the pace car, and Danica Patrick started in 28th. Green flag flies, and the Great American Race was underway at 3:07 p.m. Eastern Time, and the 2018 NASCAR season roars into life. Denny Hamlin takes the lead as the first lap unfolded. Bowman would drop down to third. Caution flies for the first time at lap 8, incident turn 2. This would be for Corey LaJoie, expired engine. Corey LaJoie in the 72 car. Denny Hamlin overshoots his pit box, got served a 1-lap penalty. Kurt Busch becomes the new leader at lap 12. Denny Hamlin would drop down to 39th. Front, a battle for the lead up front between Kurt Busch and Alex Bowman. Bowman retakes the lead at lap 15, but Eric Jones comes to town looking to become the new race leader and does at lap 23. Trouble for Kyle Busch, lap 30, blown tire right rear. Fortunately, no incident for the 18 resulted, no caution either. Does lose position, dropping from 5th down to 37th, so we had 2 JGR drivers riding in the rear and 1 up front as Eric Jones continued to take care of business up until lap 34. That's when Ricky Stenhouse Jr. gets up front. And then here comes the number 9, Chase Elliott, who takes the lead at lap 45. And now another battle for the lead, this time between Chase Elliott and Joey Logano as stage 1 winds down. And more trouble for Kyle Busch. Lap 50, turn number 3, another tire issue. Not as lucky this time, rear damage this time to the M&M Camry. This was the second caution. Kurt Busch back in front for the restart and becomes the stage 1 winner. With mayhem in the rear view, I don't know what happened here, but it started with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. getting crazy loose on the final lap of the first stage. The 17 loose, and then the 20 of Eric Jones slows down, and then contact with Jimmy Johnson. Jones sandwiched in between Stenhouse Jr. and Jimmy Johnson's car, and we get the first big one of the year, a 9-car pileup on the back stretch. Alex Bowman in front. Again, the lead again for the start of stage number 2. It was back to green at lap 66. With a battle between Bowman and Ryan Blaney this time, Blaney in the 12 car takes the lead at lap 68 with his old car behind him, the 21 of Paul Menard, and the first Fox crank it up, and then we get caution number 4. This is for debris coming off of William Byron's car. Going back to green, lap 97, with the 2017 Cup Series champion in front, Martin Truex Jr. Didn't have the lead for long. Ryan Blaney gets it back at lap 99. Then we get to lap 100, the race halfway mark. And you get a lot of lead changes, a lot of position changes, because it's restrictor plate racing, and the cars are close and tight, not much gap between the drivers. Chase Elliott into the wall. Oh, and then this happened. Another OMG moment here. Chase Elliott into the wall, and others involved as well, including the heavy favorite Bert Keselowski. And unfortunately, Danica Patrick started with Keselowski getting into the back of Chase Elliott's car, the number 9, and it was another big one over at turn 3. This would be the 5th caution. Now, Elliott was trying to block Keselowski when they made contact. Blaney maintained the lead. Stage 2 wraps up at lap 120, and Ryan Blaney would be the stage 2 winner. And then it came down to stage 3. It all comes down to stage 3, and it was back to green at lap 126 in the midst of a Sunshine State sunset. Single file on the high line with Blaney, Logano, Denny Hamlin running the top 3. Top 3 having to maneuver through some lapped traffic. Then at lap 170, we get a round of green flag pit stops. Then lap 180, start of the last 20. With Ryan Blaney, Truex Jr., and Kurt Busch running the top 3. Alex Bowman running 4th at the time. And at lap 189, the longest stretch of green flag racing ends with caution number 7. William Byron going sideways through turn 4. William Byron in the 24 car. Restart lap 193 with 7 to go. Blaney still in front, but gets sucked in the middle of a 3 wide. This puts Kurt Busch back in front. Kurt Busch, Aric Almirola, and Ryan Blaney first, second, and third with 5 to go. And a battle up front between Kurt Busch and Aric Almirola, the 41 and the 10. And in a blink, Ryan Blaney back in front, riding the high line for an outside pass. And then it's Denny Hamlin in front. And then we get another big one. This is the big one here. We had 3 big ones today. And here's what happened. Ryan Blaney makes contact with the rear of Kurt Busch's car, and then the 41 car goes around, and then we have the chain reaction. It all went down at lap 198 with 2 to go, and it was like Talladega Nights. Michael Waltrip called it a melee. Unfortunately, this one took out the pole setter, and we get some NASCAR overtime. Note that there is no more overtime line, so the field has to get all the way to the start-finish line. Back to green, lap 205. Denny Hamlin in front, Aric Almirola in second, and the field does make it to the start-finish line, no incident, with Aric Almirola in front. And the winner of the Daytona 500, Austin Dillon. Oh my goodness, Almirola was so close. I thought he was going to do it. Unfortunately, he had a brush with the wall. This puts the number 3 car in front, and Austin Dillon is the winner of the 60th running of the Daytona 500. Race time, 3 hours, 29 minutes, and 34 seconds. Darrell Wallace Jr. came in second today. Denny Hamlin finished third, and Ryan Blaney wound up finishing in 7th. Next race is on Sunday in Atlanta, so look forward to seeing you then. Thank you for tuning in for the first race recap of the year. This is Manny Allegretta, and this is the home of motorsports news and info, motorsportsradio.net.